Hello everyone, this is Jack. Well, in this video I'm going to share seeds and plants you can grow in November. Now if you're in lower zones, you might think the growing season is already over. However, there are still certain things you can plant and get a harvest from them. So let's get started. Now if you're a friend watching from Southern Hemisphere, your seasons are reversed. So watch this video on what to grow in spring, because that's what you'll be doing now. Now for my friends in Northern Hemisphere, here we go. Number 1, garlic. Now if you're in lower zones, you can still plant and grow garlic in November. Now if you're in zone 6 and below, you must plant hardneck garlic because it's very cold hardy. You can plant it in November and cover it with lots of leaves and straw. This way the garlic cloves will be protected from the snow and frost and will start to grow in spring. Now for my friends in zone 7 and 8, you can grow hardneck garlic or softneck garlic. And my friends in zone 9 and above, you must only grow softneck garlic. Now most of the garlic you buy from grocery stores is softneck garlic, so you can grow softneck garlic. Now if you're in zone 10 and above, you must refrigerate your garlic for 4 weeks before planting. Now recently I made a video on mistakes to avoid when planting garlic, in which I covered hardneck garlic and softneck garlic in detail, and I cover a lot more mistakes you can avoid while planting garlic as well. So check that video out if you're interested. Number 2, peas, especially snow peas. And peas are frost hardy. They're hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nearly 6 degrees Celsius. So if you're in zone 8 and above, you can grow peas in November. You can directly sow peas in your ground, or you can start pea seedlings ahead of time. Now, growing peas is super easy. You just need some sort of a trellis for peas to climb on. And you can start harvesting peas in just 2 months, because pea plants will start producing peas just 2 months into growing. And you can harvest peas all the way into spring. Number 3, fava beans. Now fava beans are the only beans that are cold hardy. They can withstand down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nearly 6 degrees Celsius. You can grow fava beans if you're in zone 8 and above. Simply sow the seeds of fava beans directly in your ground in November, and the fava beans will start to grow real fast. You can start getting the harvest from fava bean plants in about 2 to 3 months. Number 4, kale. Now kale is also frost resistant, so if you're in zone 8 and above, you can definitely grow kale in November. And kale is frost hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nearly 6 degrees Celsius. Seed depth for kale should be 1/4 of an inch deep. Plant spacing should be 12 inches apart and row spacing 18 inches apart. You can start harvesting the leaves of kale just about 2 months after planting. As soon as the plant gets about 4 sets of leaves, you can start harvesting the outer leaves. Kale is frost hardy, so if you get a little bit of light frost, kale will make it through it at no problem. However, kale leaves do get wilted in light frost. So if you want to enjoy tender kale leaves, you must cover your kale plants with either a plastic tote or greenhouse plastic. That way you can enjoy nice tender kale leaves all winter long. Number 5, Swiss chard. Now Swiss chard is even hardier than kale. So if you're in zone 7 and above, you can grow Swiss chard. Swiss chard is hardy down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 9 degrees Celsius. And Swiss chard is super easy to grow. You can start with some Swiss chard seeds. Just like kale, the seed depth should be 1/4 of an inch deep, plant spacing should be 12 inches apart, and row spacing 18 inches apart. You can start harvesting Swiss chard leaves as soon as the plant gets about 4 sets of leaves. You can keep harvesting older leaves, and that will encourage new leaves to grow. Swiss chard is a heavy producer, and you will not be disappointed if you start growing Swiss chard. Number 6, collard greens. Now collard greens is another leafy green which is very cold hardy, and you can grow collard greens if you're in zone 7 and above. Now collard green is frost hardy down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 9 degrees Celsius. Now collard green leaves are a little bit tough. That's why they're so hardy in winter. So if you want to enjoy collard green leaves, you must saute them or cook them and add them to your soup or some warm salad. Now I like to keep my videos really short and concise, and I pack my videos with a lot of useful information without taking any more of your time. So if you're liking the content so far, consider subscribing, and to support the content, please do hit the like button. Number 7, green onions. Now you can grow green onions if you're in zone 9 and above. However, if you're in zone 7 and 8, you can still grow green onions if you cover them and protect them, especially if you regrow store-bought green onions. And here's how you can do so. Just choose green onions with a little bit of root, cut off the bottom part with some roots, and then plant them in the pot of your choice. You can also plant them outside in the garden as well. As soon as the green onions start to grow above 6 inches, you can start harvesting green onions. Now carrot, cauliflower, and cabbage are also very frost hardy, and they can withstand temperatures down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 96 degrees Celsius. However, they do take a little bit longer to germinate, and they do require a little bit warmer weather to germinate and start growing. So it's too late to start growing carrot, cabbage, and cauliflower. However, if you already have them in ground, because you watch my videos from September and October, I'm pretty sure you will have them in ground, and you can keep harvesting carrots, cauliflowers, and cabbage all the way up till December. Now, if you don't want to plant a fall garden outside, or if you're in zone 7 and below and it's too cold for your area to grow any of these except garlic, because you can still grow garlic, this is what you can do. You can grow sprouts and microgreens indoors. Sprouts are super easy to grow, and it only takes about 3 to 5 days to harvest sprouts. You can grow mung bean sprouts, lentil sprouts, and all kind of different sprouts. You can grow sprouts in mason jars, cheesecloth, or plastic bottles. I like to grow my sprouts in mason jars. I have a separate video on everything you need to know how to grow sprouts, so check that out if you're interested. You can also grow microgreens. The best way to grow microgreen is in coconut coir. You can grow sunflower microgreens, pea shoot microgreens, and broccoli microgreens. I also made a video on everything you need to know how to grow microgreens, so check that out if you're interested. It only takes about 5 to 10 days to harvest microgreens, and you can always grow microgreens on your windowsill right next to a window. You can also grow many kinds of herbs on your kitchen counter or next to a windowsill as well. I made a separate video on 10 herbs that you can grow indoors next to a window, so check that out if you're interested. Well, I really hope you can plant all of these seeds in November, and if it's too cold for your zone, I hope you can still grow sprouts and microgreens, and I'll see you in another video.